This is larger than a Barbie doll, right? This is a real foot long. Look at that. Look at that bread. This is the size of a human infant. This is gonna be so unflattering. I feel like that's gonna end up on a fetish site somewhere. My whole body just like frizzled with happiness when that bite hit my tongue.
Helen, where can you find the best sandwich in New York City?
There are 37 best sandwiches in New York City, but one of them is right here at Parisi Bakery.
Can you take us there?
Oh, let's go. My name's Helen Rosner. I'm a staff writer at The New Yorker, and I'm the magazine's restaurant critic. And we are at Parisi Bakery, which is, I think, the oldest, maybe one of the oldest, certainly, Italian bakeries in Manhattan's Little Italy. It's been open since 1903, and to me, they make one of the best Italian sandwiches in New York City.
What makes Parisi Bakery and Deli so special?
I think the bread here is just probably some of the best sandwich bread you can ever have. And the actual contents of the sandwich are delicious too, like the meats and the cheeses, but the bread on your Italian sub here at Parisi, it's the sine qua non. It's the best you can get. So I got 2 sandwiches, and they are enormous. This is larger than a Barbie doll, right? This is a real foot long. One of them is the Dennis, which is the sandwich that Parisi is most famous for. The one that says Dennis, that's the Dennis. I don't usually get the Dennis when I come here, but I feel like every time I've had it, it has been a little bit of a brain exploding experience, and I should have that experience again today. This is the size of a human infant. I'm gonna give you the strata of this sandwich.
Please.
Can I be like your Vanna White? Okay, so we have obviously the Parisi bread, which we're gonna spend a lot of time talking about because this is great freaking bread. The Dennis is chicken cutlets, prosciutto, which I have a lot of feelings about prosciutto on a sandwich. I'm usually a prosciutto skeptic as a sandwich meat, but on this sandwich I think it really works. This fresh mozzarella that is just like sweet and light. These gorgeous, gorgeous pieces of red pepper. And then if we flip this open, this beautiful basil oil with balsamic vinegar. So like, if you think about a caprese salad and then add prosciutto and then add like 15 pounds of freshly fried chicken cutlets, that's the Dennis. I don't know who Dennis is. I have no idea who Dennis is. I should know who Dennis is. Thank you, Dennis, for making this sandwich. Should I eat it? Okay, this is gonna be so unflattering. I feel like that's gonna end up on a fetish site somewhere. That's so good. The making of a great sandwich is all about proportion. A fast food style fried chicken breast sandwich would be just like an inch of chicken, but this is several layered chicken cutlets. And the prosciutto is cut really beautifully and thinly. It lets you take a bite and have all the flavors intermingle in a way that isn't just getting smacked in the face by a truck of just chicken cutlet or just mozzarella cheese. Plus the bread, like the bread is really freaking good. This is a sandwich that knows that the bread is just as important as everything that's within it. You have this gorgeous golden crust. The bread tastes rich and salty and yeasty and freshly baked, and these red peppers are so good. So that's the Dennis. Thank you.
You earned it.
Oh my God. And I also got the Italian special number 2. My favorite sandwich on earth, like period, is the classic Italian sub. So this one has prosciutto cotto, like a classic ham, spicy capitola, gabagool, Genoa salami, fresh mozzarella. I think there's provolone on here. I got the version that comes with peppers. So we've got these hot peppers. Look at the color of that bread, right? I mean, look, it's the first thing that your tongue hits, right? The first flavor you have is the bread. It's against the roof of your mouth. It's against your tongue. It is the flavor that shapes and cradles all the other flavors in the sandwich. I'm gonna take my bite and be an incredibly happy person. Oh, that's so good. My whole body just like was frizzled with happiness when that bite hit my tongue.
I could feel it.
God, that's a good sandwich. You should have a bite. You have to be able to ask questions from an informed perspective. Oh, you're doing something really important too. You're eating it upside down. So that bite, tell me about that. That was a great bite, right?
Incredible, you're right. The bread is amazing and has texture to it.
Okay, I'm gonna force you to do another experiment. Take this bite, right side up. I have a lot of philosophies about sandwiches. Okay. It's a slightly different experience, right?
It is different. You know what's nice about the upside down bite? Your tongue hits the top of the bread first,
right,
and it's crustier.
The order in which the ingredients are stacked, in so many ways, is what makes a sandwich. I could buy exactly the same ingredients at a grocery store as you could, and if we pile them in different ways, if we slice them differently, this is one thing I will just like go to my grave on, is secretly the single most important ingredient in 99% of sandwiches is air. Truly elite sandwich makers know this. They know that the way that you manipulate air within the sandwich, it affects what the bite feels like, it affects the chew, and that affects how the flavors come out, how they meld together in your mouth, like how big of a bite you can take. A sandwich in a lot of ways, not in a lot of ways, a sandwich is this like embodiment of the philosophical principle of Gestalt, right? Like the whole is greater than the sum of the parts. The parts are whatever, like it's mozzarella, it's some salami, it's some iceberg lettuce, but when you put it together in the right way, which means not just the right order, not just the right ingredients, but the right shape, right? Which means like thin sliced meat, and then on really, really good bread that does more than just hold it, but actually contributes affirmatively to the sandwich being great, you get something just completely beautiful. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. You have to go to Parisi if you're in New York City and you want to eat an amazing sandwich of any sort. And you should check out my writing in the New Yorker, in the magazine, and at newyorker.com. I have a column called The Food Scene, which is about the food scene. So I assume if you want these sandwiches, you want to hear what I want to say about all this stuff.